Good morning, everybody. Let's talk about the Snyder Cut. Well, that's not going to happen on this channel because I'm not going to watch it. Oh, man, what a night we had last night. It was very interesting watching the whole debacle go down with Geeks and Gamers. We're going to distill it for you here on the channel in just a second. But before we do, I want to talk about my graphic novel, Deus Vult. It's a fantasy graphic novel with a strong male lead. It's got no fake diversity or anything like that. It's just a fun story that you're going to enjoy, just like the classics, before all these Holly weirdos took over everything and ruined everything. So if you like classic storytelling, classic art, classic culture, great culture, please support the channel, support Deus Vult. We're doing the real culture change. We are making a difference here, and I hope you'll join us. That link is in the description below. So let's get started on today's topic. Geeks and Gamers. They made some whole hoobaloo about raising money for charity, and I guess it was a suicide prevention sort of thing. And Geeks and Gamers now on suicide watch after the results of this. But they did such and got Zack Snyder, the film director of Justice League, on their stream. Snyder has been talked about by this group for years and years and years. The Snyder Cut, we must have the Snyder Cut, about this Justice League movie, which was a subpar movie. And they thought if they just extended it with some weird Snyder Cut stuff, that it would somehow make it a better movie. And they threw all their eggs into this basket because this is what these people do. They throw all their eggs into this Hollywood basket every single time, claiming that Hollywood can be better, and they think that Hollywood's going to try to cater towards them, when in reality, Hollywood's catering towards pedophiles and SJWs and China. So they do not care about Geeks and Gamers, like 8,000 person audience or whatever it is. They are only interested in those markets that as already discussed. And anybody who's involved in it is involved in creepy, weird things at this point. Hollywood's got these weird satanic pedophile rituals going on. We know about Weinstein. We know about all this stuff. Why do we think that anybody else brought up in that system is going to somehow be better? Well, I don't. But Geeks and Gamers are what we like to call coomers, right? They want to get excited about product, consume product, buy more product. And that is the entire state of their existence. If you look at what they tried to do in response to this, it was really sad. We watched Jeremy go off about my brand needs to be better. My brand. He said my brand about 15,000 times last night on their live stream. And that encompasses everything that they're all about. And that's exactly why we've been critical of what they've been doing for years. I got into a little bit of trouble with them. They like to attack me, even though they won't go after their real enemies like Zack Snyder and SJW, because they see that I don't have much of a following to be able to do anything to really harm their little grift channel. So I got attacked pretty hard by Jeremy and Anna and Drunk 3PO like a couple years ago, because I was saying, hey, it's kind of weird that you guys are making videos over and over again bitching about how awful The Last Jedi and Star Wars is and how terrible Disney Star Wars is, and then you are making videos about how you're going to be first in line. You got opening night tickets. Oh my gosh. It's like, what? This doesn't jive here. I, for one, did not get opening night tickets. Didn't go till much later until I heard the movie was not that bad. And that's just kind of how you do things. You don't just get excited for my brand. But unfortunately, that is where they're at, and that's where they're always going to be at, because this is what Geeks and Gamers is all about. Now, yeah, Zack Snyder, if you didn't hear the whole deal, disavowed them on stream. So he went off and said he doesn't support hate, etc. This vague, nebulous hate, which is what Hollywood means by anybody who's center to right. They don't actually mean anything about it. And Geeks and Gamers just kind of got sad about it and said they're going to watch and enjoy the Snyder Cut anyway, even though this guy disavowed them on stream. Very bizarre. And then their statements after this are even more bizarre. As you see, they are trying to paint this picture. We're actually diverse and inclusive, despite what they say. We're going to be even diverser and inclusiver. Pretty soon they're going to have a bunch of trannies on here, just like Hollywood does in their movies. I was saying this morning, it reminds me kind of like a Marvel comic these days, where they just try to force this and force these little things, and everybody looks miserable. If you look at this picture, everybody looks so miserable. Look at how miserable they all are in their diversity. There's diverse Jeremy, miserable. I don't know who half these people are, but every single one of them has something in common. They are absolutely miserable in what they're doing here. And that's what Hollywood's all about at this point. They are a bunch of weirdos. They're a bunch of pedophiles. They're a bunch of SJWs. They're a bunch of creeps. And they're trying to force this misery culture on everybody else. And unless you really detach yourself from it, really do something different, really create your own culture and support those who are creating an alternative culture, you're not going to be doing anything other than spinning your wheels and enabling them to keep pushing that line further. So congratulations, geeks and gamers. You are now a hate group, according to your legend, Zack Snyder, who I never gave any credence to. I hope you keep winning. All right, hit that like and subscribe button. Let me know what you think about this. We'll be back soon.